Hello, welcome back to a brand new episode of Justin Talks TV. I'm so excited to bring you this brand new episode. One, I am bringing back the video format of the podcast and trying that again because I tried in 2020. It was good, but I have this janky computer and it was really hard to record video as well as audio. And now I can do both kind of at the same time and still get to all my platforms. So I'm very excited, but it's mainly going to be on Spotify. You're going to be able to find the audio and the video connected on Spotify for sure. I might be able to upload to YouTube later, but if you really want to see the video, you'll have to see it on Spotify, which isn't that hard. I mean, you can just get a little account if you just want to see the video for sure. It still might be on YouTube later, but it's easier if you probably just listen to both on Spotify if you're interested in the video format. But I am excited to bring that back. And of course, you can still just do audio if you're not interested in seeing what I look like. um, so, anyway, this week's episode, I'm talking about the Emmy Awards coming up. Well, they're a little far away, but it's Emmy season has begun. Eligibility for shows ends today, May 31st, 2022. And voting's gonna begin soon for who's gonna win. And then in July, nominations will be announced. And then September, we will have the award ceremony. And I'm excited for all of it. I love Emmy season. I love seeing who's gonna be nominated, who's gonna make it and things like that. It's very exciting to me. It's like the Super Bowl, and for me, I'm like so love the Emmys. I always make sure I get all my work done and stuff so I can watch the Emmys and order food and be in my pajamas and enjoy the Emmys. Unless I get mad at them and turn them off because sometimes the Emmys do get really annoying. It's like if your team is losing, being blown out in the Super Bowl or something, or the NBA Finals, and you just kind of turn it off. It's kind of like that. So if I turned it, I turned it off last year because one, it was so predictable. The same people kept winning the same awards, and one, no person of color won any of the awards last year, and I was annoyed by that, and I turned it off probably maybe an hour before it was over. So, and the same people I figure were gonna win won, so it was boring. But this year, everything's coming back. Um, Old shows, there are new shows in the mix, so I'm very. This one could be anybody's game. It feels less predictable in some ways. I always feel like the same people win for the same lame show that's boring to me. But anyway, not well, we won't get on that rant. But I'm gonna in this episode I'm gonna give you who are the predicted nominees, who I think will win, who I think is my pick to win. Or not necessarily my pick to win, but my pick that I want to win because my picks don't often win. I don't My picks don't usually win. The people that I truly, truly want to win usually don't. But this year maybe, but I'm gonna give you my takes and everything on all the categories for the current predicted nominees. And then like when the official nominations come out, I'll probably do another episode talking about who actually got nominated and talking about maybe snubs or surprises. And now that the actual nominations will be out, end up talking about who I actually see winning now. So, but for today, we're just gonna talk about who's predicted to win and who are predicted to be nominated and who I want to win and who I think will based off of past ceremonies and things like that. So, yeah, let's get right into it. I'm going to be basing this off of the predictions based off of Variety's website of the Emmy predictions and nominations. So I'm going to be reading through those and their data of who is predicted to be nominated and all that stuff. So let's get right into with the drama category with outstanding drama series and who is predicted to be nominated. So, number one pick for predicted nominees for Outstanding Drama Series. Number one is Succession on HBO, so that's HBO Max. Then we have Squid Game, from Netflix, Severance on Apple TV Plus, um, Ozark from Netflix, Five, Yellow Jackets on Showtime, Better Call Saul on AMC, Euphoria on HBO and HBO Max, and finally This Is Us from NBC are the top predicted nominees. Next in line is kind of like Stranger Things, Yellowstone, um, Bridgerton, The Morning Show, things like that are next in line as possibilities. Um, but the AI named are the main contenders. So I see Succession winning again. Every year that Succession has been nominated so far, I think it's won standing drama series. Drama isn't my main category that I pay attention to. I don't watch a lot of the drama shows, but it seems like Succession is very good, very well done. I always hear good things about it. I'm still thinking of watching it. But I do see Succession winning again, as it is the number one predicted nominee too. So I do see Succession winning once again, but maybe they'll be surprised with like Ozark being its last season or something like that, or maybe Squid Game will beat it. But I see Succession being the winner. Personally, I would love to see This Is Us win Outstanding Drama Series, but that's a long shot. That's like a big long shot. But personally, that's my pick for who I like the most out of these shows. That's the only show I've seen out of these shows. So I would like This Is Us to win, but Succession will, and that's fine. Again, drama isn't the one I'm paying the most attention to. I always pay attention to it though, because it's all very interesting to me. But moving out to outstanding lead actor in a drama series. Um, this is kind of fun because I haven't looked at all the nominees and sort of thought about it yet. So this is fun for me to get into with everyone listening. Well, they also have commentary on Variety's website, like thinking about like who will win. I won't read all of it, but I'll just tell you the nominees. Number one, we for outstanding lead actor in a drama series is Bob Odenkirk from Better Call Saul. Two, Jason Bateman from Ozark. Jeremy Strong, Succession. Brian Cox, Succession. Lee Jung Jae from Squid Game. And finally, Sterling K. Brown from This Is Us are the predicted nominees. And the next in line that are possible are like Adam Scott from Severance and Josh Brolin from a show called Outer Range and Kevin Costner and Tom Hiddleston are other predicted nominees for lead actor in a drama series. Um, so this is interesting. I've seen Jason Bateman win before, but with Bob Odenkirk back in the mix with Better Call Saul, I think, and it being its last season, I think Bob Odenkirk does have a good chance of winning outstanding lead actor in a drama series. Also, when this is Succession guys could possibly win too, as Succession is always a top contender and everything. I don't see Sterling K. Brown necessarily coming out on top, but I do see him being nominated. And that's my personal pick because I mean it's This Is Us. And I do that's my personal pick for who I would like to win, but I do see Bob Odenkirk winning for Better Call Saul. Um, but it feels like, you know, it feels like Bateman could come back on top or one of the guys from Succession, but I mainly see it being Bob Odenkirk. Um, so yeah, those are my picks for lead actor in a drama series. Now for lead actress in a drama series, let's see who we got. Number one is Zendaya for Euphoria. Laura Linney on Ozark. Melanie Linsky on Yellow Jackets. Mandy Moore for This Is Us. Jennifer Aniston for The Morning Show. And Toni Collette for Pieces of Her are the predicted nominees. But next in line, we have a lot of other people that are possible, like Sandra Oh and the people from Killing Eve. actress from Severance, Reese Witherspoon for The Morning Show, and so on. But these are the predicted nominees, and out of these, I'll give you here. My take is I see Zendaya winning again. She won in 2020 for Euphoria, the last time it was on, and so I see her winning again. She seems to give a great performance. Honestly, I'm a fan of Zendaya. I do not watch Euphoria. A lot of people my age do. It's really not my cup of tea at all. But yeah, I see Zendaya winning, and she seems to give an outstanding performance. I haven't seen Ozark or Yellow Jacket, so I can't comment too much on um, Laura Linney or Melanie Linsky's performance, but Ozark is very popular and it's in its last season, so maybe. And I can't remember if she's won before, but yeah, that's a possibility. And then Mandy Moore from This Is Us, that is my that's not only my pick, but who I actually think should win. I personally would take Mandy Moore's performance over anybody in the categories, not just because I watch This Is Us. I just don't. The performance that Mandy Moore gives on This Is Us is on a whole nother level, as she's played Rebecca Pearson for all 6 seasons of This Is Us, and she plays her throughout decades of her life, from being a young single woman to being a young mom with triplets to having her kids slowly showing her kids and herself grow up and age, and playing her in the present day, and watching her lose her husband, and then watching her like play a woman who is dying of dementia, and doing this all like completely flawlessly. And she has the hardest job on This Is Us, and she does it to like this level of like nobody else, that I think is amazing from watching it. Her performance never ceases to amaze me, to where I think she should actually win, and that's not just a person that I just want to win, but it's a person that I actually think should come out on top for outstanding lead actress in a drama series. When I think outstanding, I'm like Mandy Moore for sure. That is like a pick, and I think if you've seen This Is Us, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And then we have Jennifer Aniston for The Morning Show. I really like Jennifer Aniston. I thought she's definitely great in The Morning Show. I wouldn't be I'd be okay if she won, but I don't think she did better than Mandy Moore. But and then the Toni Collette from Pieces of Her. I'm not familiar with that show or the actress, so I can't comment much. But I personally want it to be Mandy Moore, and I think it should be Mandy Moore, but I kind of see it being Zendaya as the winner. I'd be okay with Zendaya, but I feel I'd be okay with Zendaya as if not Mandy Moore, but I feel like anybody else, I'd be disappointed. Like really disappointed, because I think Mandy Moore has always deserved her props for that role, and she's only even been nominated one time and hasn't won. So I think it's time for Mandy Moore to get her due. And her castmates and fans strongly agree, but I'm not sure it'll happen. But we can only hope. But yeah, those are my picks for lead actress in a drama series. Next, we have supporting actor in a drama series, and the predicted nominees for that are number one, Kieran Culkin from Succession, Jonathan Banks from Better Call Saul, Matthew McFadden from Succession, Billy Crudup from The Morning Show, Oh Young-soo from Squid Game, John Turturro from Severance, Chris Sullivan from This Is Us, and Nicholas Braun from Succession. And then next in line contenders are Giancarlo Esposito from Better Call Saul and Gil Birmingham from Yellowstone, as well as some other top contenders from Succession. Euphoria, Stranger Things, The Morning Show, and stuff like that. But yeah, here's to I see Kieran Culkin winning. I always hear great things about his performance on Succession, so I strongly see that as the winner. Um, Billy Crudup won in 2020. Yeah, that was what year it was. But I don't see him winning this year with some other strong contenders ahead of him. Um, Chris Sullivan from This Is Us. I guess that's technically my pick, or Billy Crudup, because those are the shows I've seen. But Kieran Culkin winning for Succession really makes the most sense, and that's fine. Drama category, I usually don't have strong, you know, contender or like strong opinions about it, but except for actors and things on This Is Us. But and then I'm trying to get into some more dramas, and because as you can probably tell from if you've seen the rest of my podcast, or even if you just look through the list, it's a lot of comedy. So I am trying to break into a little more drama. Um, so that is what I think about supporting actor in a drama series, and now with supporting actress. Um, Hold on, it's loading. I'm looking at all this on the website. Sarah Snook from Succession is number one. Then we have Julia Gardner from Ozark, Rhea Seehorn from Better Call Saul, Patricia Arquette from Severance, J. Smith Cameron from Succession, Jung Koo Yeon from Squid Game, Christina Ricci, Yellow Jackets, Chrissy Metz, This Is Us. The next in line contenders are Juliana Margulies from The Morning Show. And then we have like Sydney Sweeting from Euphoria, seem to be the next in line contenders. And then there's like Millie Bobby Brown from Stranger Things, and Susan Kelechi Watson, and a few other actresses from the various popular shows as possible contenders as well. I assume that the actress from Succession, Sarah Snook, will win. If not, I do see the actress from Ozark winning, because I do remember her winning before. But it feels like anyone's game this time around, just with everything. So, and then Christy Messer, This Is Us, I guess that's my pick. But I also want to see Susan Kelechi Watson from This Is Us have a nomination, because I think she does an amazing job as well and doesn't really get her due. I wouldn't be surprised if Julianna Margulies from The Morning Show was nominated. I guess that would also be a pick, but because she was a good actress in there. But I don't know. The Morning Show season 2 wasn't as strong as season 1 to me. And then with the Sydney Sweeney from Euphoria, I always hear good things about her performance. So maybe she'll be nominated too, but I do see the actress Sarah Snook from Succession being the winner. And that's all for the drama category that they have predictions for now. There's also directing from a drama series and outstanding writing for a drama series, but those predictions are not available yet, and there probably won't be much about those until nominations actually come out. So now let's move on to the comedy category. This is my category. I have strong passions and opinions about the comedy category, and you're about to hear all about them. And some of them may be a little unpopular, but you're gonna have to bear with me, please. Please bear with me on this. So nominees for Outstanding Comedy Series are number 1, Hacks, HBO Max. Number 2, Ted Lasso, Apple TV Plus. Number 3, Abbott Elementary, ABC. Number 4, Barry, HBO/HBO Max. Only Murders in the Building, Hulu. Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Amazon Prime. Then we have Blackish, ABC, and then the After Party, Apple TV Plus, as the predicted nominees. Then next in line, we have like Atlanta, What We Do in the Shadows, Reservation Dogs, The Flight Attendant, Insecure, Russian Doll, Ghost, The Great, Cobra Kai, Curb Your Enthusiasm, Pin 15, and just like that as other possible nominees. But out of the predicted main nominees, Hacks won last year. I did not like that. Well, Hacks, I've seen a couple episodes. It's not my kind of. It's not really my thing. I was thinking of trying it out again, but it was good from what I saw. But I didn't know if it was a show that I was going to really get into for my personal opinions and taste. Though I always love the comedies, but I might try it back out again, and it might, you know, change my mind. But then there's also, but it has a strong chance of winning again. Again, I don't want it to. I don't. I mean, I don't want it to win. And then Ted Lasso, I strongly don't want that to win. Like, I'm not into when Ted Lasso won last year, I only seen one episode, and that one episode did not compel me enough to watch the rest of the show. And then it became so overhyped that I was not interested. But mainly it was based off of the fact that I watched the first episode and did not really have a strong desire to watch the rest of it because there was nothing that grabbed me that was like, I want to see the next episode, like right now. Um, so that's how Ted Lasso. And then like this year, I've watched pretty much the entire first season, and I'm still not impressed with Ted Lasso enough to want it to win Outstanding Comedy Series. I don't even enjoy the show that much. It just feels like I'm watching it just to see what people are talking about, not because I'm actually interested in it. I don't think it's that funny. I get the whole feel good aspect of it, I guess, of like let's all get along and let's all be best friends and like Jason Sudeikis kind of thing. It almost feels Disney Channel. Besides the like curse language and sexual stuff, it feels like it has a Disney Channel kind of theme of it. And if I think something is corny like that, it typically is because I do a lot of because I'm usually a fan. I usually like certain emotions in posts, but this is just straight up corny to me, that where I'm just not interested, and I don't want it to win Outstanding Comedy Series. So that is my take. That is probably unpopular. But I will say the whiter shows who tend to be on top, and I don't have a problem with saying that because last year no person of color even won an award at the Emmys at the act no nothing for acting, none of primarily the shows with predominantly or entirely white cast won, and they're always talking about all these, diverse nominees, but yeah, they also should win some of the awards too, or else it's not really it doesn't mean much. So those shows are popular, Hacks as well as Ted Lasso's, than some of the other ones to where I'm just saying those are the popular ones. I'm just putting that out there. And Abbott Elementary, we have that. Abbott Elementary is my one of my new favorite shows. Is leading the new broadcast sitcom, sort of, um, what's the word I'm looking for? It's leading the new fleet, I guess, of broadcast hour sitcoms. Like it's kind of bringing back that format and everything, and I'm really excited for it because I love Abbott Elementary as well as a lot of other people. It is so well done and so funny, like actually funny, and it brings something new and different to the table that we haven't seen in a long time. I think that is well deserving of actually winning Outstanding Comedy Series, in my opinion. And I think that would be well deserved. And I think that is my personal pick. I think that's my number one pick for Outstanding Comedy Series. But there are other people that I would love to win out of these nominees. Like Barry. Barry is next, number 4, and I'm love Barry. Barry hasn't been on in 3 years, and well, like forgot how well done Barry is, and it feels like it's came back at the top of its game with not only acting, comedy series, directing. Barry's kind of different because it's like a darker humor, not like a sitcom per se. It just has like dark comedy and like funny bits thrown in, and it's always funny when they throw those parts in. But I would like to see Barry win too. I don't see it winning, but I would like it to win. I think that would not be something I'd be mad at. I'd be surprised, but I'd be definitely glad to see that. And then we have Only Murders in the Building. I'd like to see that win. I don't see it winning. I love Only Murders. Only Murders was a really good show. And they have a really strategic strategy because Only Murders is gonna be playing throughout the Emmy like period. So, that'll probably entice voters and stuff to be like, oh, Only Murder. It's like now we are actually seeing, oh, I remember how good this was. So that's a strategy for them that I think I mean, it'll play in its favor, but I don't see it being the winner, but it will be nominated for sure. Then we have Mrs. Maisel. I acknowledge I have an unfair bias against Mrs. Maisel because I never tuned into it, but it feels like it doesn't even belong in the comedy category. I've seen it be deemed as a drama. I've like from different sites, and then like when I looked on Amazon Prime, it says historical, then drama, then comedy. So I don't know, and I've seen it beat shows that are definitely not. I don't see them possibly being as funny. Mrs. Maisel being possibly as funny as some of these other shows. Like it beat Veep and Julia Louis Dreyfus like a few years ago. I'm like, there's no way that this show is funnier than Veep or I'm like, so I'm not rooting for Mrs. Maisel either. And it's like another one of those shows I'm just not particularly into. I don't even think I'd be into it if I watched it, but am considering watching it just so I can at least have a real opinion about it. Besides, I don't think it's funny based off of looking at it. Um, and then we have Blackish. Blackish, I would love to see win and get its props, but Blackish is not gonna win based off of these. It gets nominated every single year and doesn't win. I really like Blackish. I really think I think in past years it's been more suitable to win Best Comedy Series, but it hasn't. But this year, with all the other contenders, it's just not going to happen for sure. But I do think Blackish is a great show, and I'm glad it at least gets nominated as one, not just a network TV show, which I think is important to still include network TV shows, but a Black network show that continually at least gets seen enough to be nominated. So, and then we have the After Party on Apple TV, which I was delightfully surprised to see it get so much Emmy buzz. It was good. Don't get me wrong. I've talked about it and it was great, but I just didn't expect it to get so much Emmy buzz per se. But I'd be happy to see it nominated, but also that wouldn't be it wouldn't be a winner either. Um, then I just started watching Atlanta, so I'd like to see Atlanta bump up in there. Um, and then I'd even like to see Insecure be in there because it's a Black female led comedy and it just finished, and I'd like to see that too. But um yeah, so moving on from that one, because comedy we're gonna really get into all of that detail. Next, we're gonna do outstanding lead actor in a comedy series. Um, I'm just reading some of the like commentary that Variety has put, but predicted nominees are Number 1, Jason Sudeikis for Ted Lasso. Number 2, Bill Hader for Barry. Number 3, Steve Martin for Only Murders in the Building. Martin Short for Only Murders in the Building. Donald Glover for Atlanta. Anthony Anderson for Blackish. The next in line contenders are like Don Cheadle for Black Monday, Larry David for Curb Your Enthusiasm, Sam Richardson for The After Party, and Kevin Novak for What We Do in the Shadows on FX. So, Jason Sudeikis won last year for Ted Lasso. I was not satisfied with that. I really wasn't satisfied with any of the I wasn't satisfied with any of the awards really last year, but I think Jason Sudeikis is still a good actor and he plays Ted Lasso well, but I don't really prefer. I think there are better people nominated this year. Last year was like a wonky year with like COVID and less shows being nominated than usual. So I don't think Jason Sudeikis should even win this year. I think even based off of the other ones in the predicted nominees, they all should. I literally take anybody else but Jason Sudeikis this year for outstanding lead actor in a comedy series. I think Bill Hader deserves it much more for Barry. It'd also be nice if one of the Steve Martin or Martin Short for Only Murders in the Building won. Donald Glover, that'd be great. Anthony Anderson for Blackish. He's always on the nominee list and doesn't win. So I think Jason Sudeikis, I don't think this should be his year. But he is at the number 1 spot. But Bill Hader definitely, I think, could sweep in and snatch it. And I think that's what should happen. So that is my take for lead actor in a comedy series. Is just everybody but Jason Sudeikis. That sounds harsh, but I'm sticking with that. So now we're gonna have outstanding lead actress in a comedy series. Headline on Variety's page is for lead actress in a comedy series. It's time for a second Black woman to win for comedy. Absolutely, for sure. Totally agree. Um, Jean Smart for Hacks is number 1. Then we have Rachel Brosnahan for Mrs. Maisel. Number 3 is Tracy Ellis Ross from Blackish. Number 4 is Quinta Brunson from Abbott Elementary. Issa Rae from Insecure. Then Selena Gomez from Only Murders in the Building are the predicted nominees. And then next in line, we have a lot of other names like Kaylee Cuoco for Flight Attendant and Sarah Jessica Parker from that Sex and the City thing, and then a bunch of other names. So, but those are the main ones, and I see that mainly being the nominees. I think Kaylee Cuoco can maybe slip in and take Selena Gomez's spot, to be honest, but maybe even Sandra Oh, but that's who I see being the nominees. Jean Smart won last year. Uh, uh, I don't. I don't prefer her to win. I mean, I guess it makes sense if she does. She's not bad, but it's not my pick. I don't want Rachel Brosnahan to win. I think, like the category said, it's not even about just randomly handing it to a Black woman, but the Black women in this category, at least one of them deserves something. Tracy Ellis Ross is nominated every single year. Quinta Brunson is at the top of, creators. She's on Time's 100 most influential people list. She's created this amazing comedy, excuse me, and acts well in it. She also acts in it and does her part well. And then Issa Rae in Insecure. I mean, Issa Rae is just kind of just this big powerhouse right now, and I definitely think one of those 3 deserves it more than the other 2, and it's not just about just giving it to a Black woman. I just honestly see one of them mainly I mean, I can't even say mainly. Just any of the three of them would be wonderful. Then we have Selena Gomez for Only Murders in the Building. I didn't think her performance was that Emmy worthy. It was good, but it didn't feel Emmy worthy, and I wouldn't be surprised if Kaylee Cuoco like snatched that spots because it sounds like she does a better job in her show. But I see it going to like Jean Smart or Rachel Brosnahan. I'm gonna be really annoyed, but I think it deserves to go to one of the black women in this category. And I think they actually deserve it. So now, outstanding supporting actor in a comedy series. Um, let's see who we got for that. Number one, Henry Winkler for Barry. Oh, that's nice. Then we have Brett Goldstein for Ted Lasso. Then Tony Shalhoub for Mrs. Maisel. Then we have Keenan Thompson from SNL. Bowen Yang, Saturday Night Live. Anthony Kerrigan from Barry. Stephen Root from Barry. Ben Schwartz, The After Party. Then next in line, we have Brian Tyree Henry from Atlanta, and then Chris Perfetti from Abbott Elementary. And then other top tier contenders are like Tyler James Williams from Abbott Elementary, Lakeith Stanfield from Atlanta, and this other Mrs. Maisel guy, and other Ted Lasso, Hacks, Saturday Night Live people are also next in line for those. But I do mainly see it being this group. This is a good group. This is a good group. So Henry Winkler is at the number one spot, and I would like to see that. Henry Winkler is a good act. I feel like this season of Barry hasn't had like a lot of those moments to like show supporting actor, but it's definitely not bad at all. And I would love to see Henry Winkler win again, especially over the Ted Lasso guy, and the Mrs. Maisel guy. I'm sure they give a good performance, but again, I acknowledge that my bias against Mrs. Maisel is somewhat unfair. But then Keenan for SNL, that'd be really good. I feel like it's interesting that more SNL people get nominated. It's interesting. I guess since like um also I don't see Keenan as supporting actor necessarily. It feels like he's more of the top actors, but it'd be nice to see Keenan win. Bowen Yang does a decent job on SNL, but and then the two guys from Barry, that'd be good. Like Anthony Kerrigan playing like NoHo Hank on Barry is very good. And then like same with Stephen Root who plays Fuchs on Barry. Those would be people I think give outstanding performances. Then we have Ben Schwartz for the after party. That's kind of I mean, I'm excited. I mean, I think that's cool that he could potentially be nominated. I think he did a good job for sure, and I think he was one of the standout performances of the show, along with Sam Richardson, who was predicted as well as one of the contenders. I'd like to see Sam Richardson be in there too, because Sam Richardson has always been funny ever since Veep. Um, and then like next in line, people like the guy from Atlanta, I think, he does a good job too. But I do have to say, with Chris Perfetti from Abbott Elementary being the closest to next in line and not Tyler James Williams from Abbott Elementary, seems wrong. I mean, every his character's really not that funny, Chris Perfetti's, in my opinion. He's like the token like white guy, and Tyler James Williams is like the character that everyone talks about most weeks as like one of the funnier characters. So I was confused by if we to pick one guy from Abbott Elementary to be closest to getting the nominations, it should definitely be Tyler James Williams rather than Chris Perfetti. Not that he does a bad job on Abbott, but I think Tyler James Williams does a better job. But so, Yeah, that's kind of what I think about outstanding supporting actor. I think Henry Winkler. I think if he wins, that'd be great. Um, any of the guys from Barry, I would pick, and Ben Schwartz from The After Party, or Keenan. That one's kind of it. Kind of goes with most of them. I'd be okay with, but I'm not ready to move for more Ted Lasso wins or more Mrs. Maisel wins. I kind of like to see somebody else. So, last comedy category, outstanding supporting actress in a comedy series. Um, see who we got. Number one is Hannah Waddingham, Ted Lasso, Hannah in Binder, Hacks, Sarah Goldberg from Barry, Alex Borstein from Mrs. Maisel, Juno Temple from Ted Lasso, Kate McKinnon from Saturday Night Live, Cheryl Lee Ralph from Abbott Elementary, and Cecily Strong from Saturday Night Live. The next in line contenders are Amy Ryan from Only Murders in the Building, Janelle James from Abbott Elementary, and then those are the main like next in contender type people. Wow, I was literally disappointed reading the I mean, not disappointed, but not much like stood out. Um, I assume the Ted Lasso woman is gonna win again. I just, yeah, yeah, that's just what I see happening. Anyway, but my pick out of these would be Cheryl Lee Ralph from Abbott Elementary or Cecily Strong. Um, I think Janelle James should from Abbott Elementary should take somebody's spot personally, like someone from Ted Lasso or something. Personally, it's just my opinion though. But I see the one from Ted Lasso winning, but I would like to see Cheryl Lee Ralph win. Um, Yeah, so that's comedy series. I'm gonna blow through like limited and anthology series like really quickly, because I don't know much about them, and those are probably the main ones we're interested in anyway. So, limited series, outstanding limited series. We have Dope Sick on Hulu, The White Lotus on HBO, The Staircase on HBO, The Dropout on Hulu, and The Maid on Netflix. I hear good things about The White Lotus, so I think that'd be a good win, but Dope Sick is at number one, so we'll see. I did catch Maid like a little bit because my mom was watching. I like saw bits and pieces of it, but it seemed like a decent show, and I haven't seen just about any of these. So, yeah. Lead actor in the limited series or movie. We have Michael Keane from Dope Stick, Colin Firth from Staircase, Andrew Garfield from Under the Banner of Heaven, Ben Foster from The Survivor, Oscar Isaac from Scenes from a Marriage, Sebastian Stan from Pam and Tommy. I don't even know what to say. I mean, I don't know a lot about this. I mean, I guess Oscar Isaac is popular. I mean, I probably Michael Keaton might win. People like Andrew Garfield. There's not too much I can say, but I'm reading this if you're interested in limited series or movie and you just want to know who might be in. So, outstanding lead actress in one of those limited series, like Amanda Seyfried from The Dropout, Margaret Qualley from Maid, Jessica Chastain from Scenes from a Marriage, Lily James from Pam and Tommy, Elle Fanning, the girl from Plainsville, and Julia Gardner for Inventing Anna. I know people like that Inventing Anna show. Um, let's see. I mean, probably the drop. I feel like whoever's predicted in this category might win. I really have no expertise or knowledge about most of these series, so um, unfortunately, if you wanted to hear more takes on that, sorry. Outstanding supporting actor, we have like Murray Bartlett from The White Lotus, Peter Stars Guard from Dope Sick, Naveen Andrews from The Dropout, William H. Macy from The Dropout, um, Michael Stahlberg from Dope Sick, Tim McGraw from 1883. So, White Lotus guy, that's my pick. As he's number one, and that seems to be the one that I'm most familiar with. So, White Lotus guy, let's go. Supporting actress in a limited series or movie. Final category: 1. Jennifer Coolidge, The White Lotus. 2. Toni Collette, The Staircase. 3. Annie McDowell, Maid. 4. Caitlin Dever, Dope Sick. 5. Laurie Metcalf, The Dropout. 6. Faith Hill, 1883. I guess I saw when I saw The Maid, I thought Andy McDowell's performance was very good, but I assume Jennifer Coolidge probably had the best performance in White Lotus is my guess. So yeah, that's the Emmy prediction nominees, and like who I think will win versus who I want to win and who I don't want to win. You know, if you haven't already like signed off angrily because I said I didn't like Ted Lasso that much or whatever, you know. Thank you for listening, and I look forward to taking you through the rest of Emmy season and the rest of this episodes this summer. I'm planning on talking about the This Is Us series finale that just premiered, and maybe the Blackest series finale from a month ago, because I think I should talk about that, and also All American season 4. I want to talk about that too. Those are the ones that are at the top of my list to do episodes on throughout the summer. And once I finish Atlanta, I can do an episode on that and on the when Barry wraps up. So we got some good episodes that we can talk about this summer. And thank you for listening or watching or both. And catch you next time on Justin Talks TV. See ya.